Next up for lesson 2.4. Now we've been measuring population density in square feet, which is nice because it's a human scale, right? We usually measure our height in feet. The rooms we live in are measured in feet. So we can grasp that pretty well. But typically when we're talking about population density, it's for areas like whole cities and whole counties and whole states and whole countries, which are massive areas. And so square feet doesn't make sense anymore when we're talking about these big areas. And so it's usually going to be in square miles or square kilometers. So we're going to take some of these calculations we've made, like the person living in a 2-foot by 2-foot square, and see what that would look like in terms of people per square mile. And then we'll also look at that for a city or a county like Lakewood or Puyallup in Washington State, where people have a little bit more room, like 100 feet by 100 feet in elbow room per person. And so the technique for both of these is the same. So we have to look at how to change square feet to square miles. So let's start with this one, and then I'll let you all do that one. So let's get some paper to scribble on. So again, we're playing with population density. And what we need to do is move from our square foot, right, which we also write as feet squared, and change that into square miles, which we could write as miles squared. And the trick to making that conversion, we've looked at a little bit before. We know that 1 mile has 5,280 feet in it. So if we think about a region that is a square, and that square is 1 mile by 1 mile, then how many square feet would be inside there? Well, in this direction, there would be 5,280 feet. And in this direction, there would also be 5,280 feet. And so then we're slicing this up into a bunch of little squares. Each square is a square foot by a square foot. And we have 5,280 by 5,280 of them. So the trick to change square miles into square miles and feet into square feet is just square this situation. So then that's going to give us that 1 square mile is equal to 5,280 squared feet squared. Square feet. So let's check out what that is. It's going to be a lot of square feet, right? 5,000 times 5,000-ish. So 5,280 times 5,280. Oof, that's a lot. There are almost 28 million square feet in a square mile. Just going to move that over, write that down. So I have that 1 square mile has in it 27,878,400 square feet, right? Square mile is a big thing. Square foot's a little thing. Takes a lot of square feet to make a square mile. So this is what's going to help us make that conversion. And if you don't like all the digits in that one, we could always write it as 5,280 squared. It's a little less to type. A couple options. So now I want to make the conversion of my 1 person per, it doesn't matter what your square feet is, the calculation is going to be pretty much the same. The first example we had a 2 by 2 area, so that would be 4 square feet. And to make the conversion here, I need to get rid of square feet. So my conversion fraction is going to have square feet in the numerator and square miles in the denominator. And 1 square mile is that many square feet, 27,878, 400. So this says take whatever your population density is, multiply it by 27,878,400, and that will convert from people per square feet to people per square mile. Okay, So let's try that. So calculator. So we want to take our 1 person per 4 square feet and multiply it by that number above. I'm just going to use the previous answer button, or you could retype it. So that gives me that there would then be 6,969,600 people per square mile. Whoa, that's a lot of people in a square mile. So what we've just calculated is, so let's write it up here, 6,969,600 people per square mile. Okay. That's a lot. That's pretty densely populated. Now, again, think about this. If you're in a room with people and you only have a 2 foot by 2 foot square to be in, that's actually pretty crowded, right? Classrooms aren't that crowded. So that's pretty dense. The next example had out in a county or a city that's not very populated, that has a lot of area, 1 person per, let's see, it was 100 by 100. So 100 times 100 would be 10,000 square feet. And the same calculation will give us that population density. There are 27,878,400 feet squared in every mile squared or square mile. Again, that does our conversion. And then we can make that calculation, fill in the blank to get people per square mile for this situation. So I'm looking at this problem right here, 100 by 100. So if we check that on our calculator, 1 person per 100 by 100 square foot, and we take that times our square feet in a mile, square mile, 27,878,400, then we get a way less populated area, but still, that's a lot of people. If each person has 10,000 square feet, right, 100 foot by 100 foot square to live in, then in a single square mile, there would be around 3,000, almost 3,000 people per square mile, according to that calculation there. More soon.